What's up, guys? H2O here. Welcome to another storytime video. I know I said I would bring this yesterday, but you know what? Whatever I posted yesterday, I forgot already. I just didn't really have enough time to, do this. So here we go. I think this is gonna be the only video for today. I'm all right. Nothing's wrong with me. I just feeling kind of tired. But yeah. So this story time, it's gonna be focused on the time that the first time I've passed out. And yeah, so this was a pretty interesting story. Okay, so it was during school. It was during school. There was a blood drive going. I think it was probably about 2 months ago. They were gonna do a blood drive, and me as a kid, I was scared of needles. I would dread them. They would just be so scared of me. To get poked by a needle, to get something inserted into you, or I don't know, get something extracted. But yeah, so I was always scared of needles. But you know what? Since I'm 15 now, I'm not gonna be scared of this one. So yeah, so it was like a few days before the blood drive happened, and I was prepared. I was ready, and yeah, so just days passed, and then it was the blood drive day. So it was right after lunch. I remember this. It was right after lunch that I had eaten and stuff, and I was ready to go. I signed up for this because I know I would miss a class, which was actually pretty exciting for me. It was one of my hardest classes. Not really, but yeah. So that's like the main reason why I signed up for it. But yeah, so I go to the blood drive thing, and the guy asked me, like, there's a guy like sitting behind a desk. He's like, "Oh, have you filled out this form?" I'm like, "Yeah, here, I'll give it to you." And then he told me to fill out something, and then he got a picture of my face, and I just filled out everything, and then he told me, "Oh, you're going up to the bus next." I'm like, "Okay." So I walk up to the bus, and I sit down. It's a bus. There's like a couch, and then there's like a lot of beds for people that are laying down, when they're getting their blood drawn. And yeah, I just see people getting their blood drawn. See people are sitting down. Some people are already done. But yeah, so they call me into the back room, because there's like a back room to that bus thing. So they call me into there. They ask me certain questions. They prick my finger. At that moment, when they pricked my finger, I'm like, I regret doing this, because that thing hurt. It was like a little, I don't know, like they just stabbed me for like a second. And I'm looking at my finger right now. I don't think I have that anymore. But yeah, so that happened. And they were just testing my blood and stuff. They're seeing if I can donate. And yeah, so of course I could. My blood is healthy, which is good, I guess. And yeah, so they put me back on the couch. They just wait till someone else is done, getting blood drawn. Yeah, they just wait till someone else is done, and then finally it's my turn. So I was ready for the needle. I was braced for it already. But yeah, so she was asking me to lay down. She had the needle. It was pretty big. It was a thick one too, because it has to absorb blood, and blood is very thick. So yeah, so it was a pretty big needle. I saw it. So when she said like, "Oh, I'm going to put the needle in now," I'm like, okay. So I looked away from it. I just felt a little like stab, like I don't know. It was like a little poke. It kind of hurt. So like I tensed up and stuff, but I was ready. Oh, my throat's a little bit dry. Yeah, so I was ready for that. Alright, so the needle was already inside of me, and they had to draw a pint of blood. A pint is not really a lot, but a pint of, I don't know, it just seemed like a lot. Like, after they were done, I just saw the bag, and it's like a huge sandwich bag. That's how much it is, almost. I don't know. But yeah, so they were taking out blood, They were asking me if I feel okay. I do. I felt okay. I wasn't feeling weird or anything. And then they got like, oh, she would, I don't know what it was, but I think it was it drawing blood. Like it wiggled a little bit and it kind of hurt. So yeah, it was just wiggling inside of me, and I had to sit there, or I had to rest there for probably about like it was, I think it was like 10 minutes. That's not really a lot, but yeah. So I just had to rest there, and I was just getting blood drawn from me. I was looking around. I was looking at my fingers and stuff. I don't know. And then yeah, I think it was towards the end of the blood drive. I started like, well, after they were done, taking out blood, I started feeling weird. So it was towards the end. They almost got everything from me, and I don't know, like I just felt dizzy. Like I was just laying down, and I just felt dizzy. Like I don't know how you could feel dizzy laying down, but now I know what it felt like. So yeah, so I felt dizzy. I felt a little bit weird. My butt felt a little bit weird. I don't know why. Yeah, it felt weird because I don't know. It felt like if I had like pooped or something. Like after I had pooped, or I had like diarrhea. I don't know. It just felt really, really weird. So, she asked me if I was okay. I looked around, I felt okay. So I probably thought I was okay. So, I said, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Surprisingly. And then, she tells me, like, oh, you could sit down right here, in case, just sit down, until you feel a little bit better. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't feel anything. And yeah, so she was like, just get up when you're ready. I'm like, okay. So I got up, and I sat there probably like 2 minutes. Then I got up, I sat down there was like a couch across from me, and I sat down on that. And yeah, so after that, after you're done giving blood, they give you snacks, to get yourself prepared or something. I don't know, so you're not gonna pass out. So yeah, so there was a girl there, and she was asking me, what do you want to eat? And there was like cookies, and I think there was granola bars too. I'm like, I'll take some cookies. So I got the cookies, and she was asking me, what do you want to drink? I'm like, I'll take an orange juice. So yeah, so she gave me the orange juice. She gave me both of those, and I couldn't really move my arm that much. The arm that got I got punctured, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't really move it that much because they put a bandage over it, and it kind of restricts your mobility. So yeah, so I had to pick everything up with my left hand. But yeah, so after she gave me my stuff, she told me to sign this paper. So I was signing my name, and all of a sudden everything just went black. Everything went black, and like I don't know why, it just felt like a void. I don't know, everything just went black, and then a second later, I'm like, oh, what happened? And they said I had passed out for like 10 seconds. And yeah, so from her perspective, she said that I started getting like lazy-eyed. I eventually fell asleep, and then I landed on the guy right next to me. I rested on his shoulder. So yeah, so that's when I passed out. And then I didn't really notice it. I didn't really notice I passed out. I just like, what just happened? So everybody, after I woke up, everybody was in a panic, and they were just wondering, like, are you all right? I'm like, yes. I'm like, what just happened? And they're like, you just passed out. I'm like, really? Like, yeah. And they had me lay down again. They weren't gonna take any more blood out, but they had me lay down. They tell me, what happens. Ugh. Excuse me. They tell me what happens when you pass out, and apparently, like, the blood, your body is not getting enough blood, because it doesn't have any more. So it just drains all the blood from your brain and goes down into your organs to keep them alive. And yeah, so they told me, I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, that happened. You know, they had to call my mom. You know, they were telling her about the situation. And yeah, so after that, you know, they let me eat. You know, I got back up. I probably laid down for probably another 10 minutes. You know, I was the last person there because everybody else had left. And yeah, so they you know, they were just checking if I was alright and stuff. You know, they said the same thing. You know, like, get up when you feel better. I'm like, okay. So I would probably sat there for like 20 minutes, and the main problem was I couldn't figure out how to open my cookies. Yeah, like the bag was too difficult to open. So yeah, I couldn't figure out how to open that, and you know, I just sat there like just looking around. I'm like, oh, I just passed out. Oh well. So yeah, I just sat there just looking around and stuff. But yeah, so you know, I got back up, and it was a hot day, and she was asking me, you know, like, do you have anywhere to stay? I'm like, no. Do you have anywhere, like, what's your class right now? I'm like, PE. She's like, oh, okay, I don't think you want to go out there because it's kind of hot and you're going to pass out again. And she's like, I'm like, okay. So I still went out there. You know, I told everybody a story, and it's gone down in history. So yeah, this is the story of me passing out. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you guys later.